2 months ago, I found out that I was going to be losing my job, and
As what?
for all that don't know, I'm an athletic director, and that's what I've done my whole career is coach football and be an athletic director, and so kind of out of the blue, we kind of find out that I'm no longer going to be here in Chris is where I was at, and so Alex and I, boy, we just, Pastor says all the time, when you get a word, the devil's going to try and take it. And boy, did he try and take it. At about that time, we were going over the overcomer
Mindset?
the overcomer mindset. And Alex and I, we just kept living on this, and it was on the keys to becoming an overcomer. And it said, God gives you all things and you can take nothing from me when I know this. If something leaves me, it's because God allows it to leave my life. And if it's supposed to be there, God will replace it. Even if it looks like they got the best of you, God is setting you up for better. And when I tell you, we were living on that. We were living on that no matter. And there I go. I started signing up for all these athletic director positions across the entire state of Texas. And we're driving hours on hours and going to these interviews. And, we got to the point to where we were interviewing places we didn't even want to be because we needed a job. I needed to take care of my family. And we were so ready to settle for so much less. And then all of a sudden they just started pouring in. No, we hired somebody else. No, we hired somebody else. And all these people who were being hired, man, my resume speaks for itself. And it was like these assistants and these people were getting these jobs that I was just questioning why. It doesn't make any sense. And then Alex, she wrote down a list of all the things that she wanted, that she was testifying and asking God for. And this job didn't check those off. This job didn't check those off. And we just kept questioning why. And then I finally said, well, I'm just going to go take this assistant job. Right? There's a school who keeps calling me. It'll check off a lot of our lists, and it'll keep us here. It'll keep us in the Plainview area with our church and our family. And I said, you know what? So I went to this interview. It was a great interview. The interview went great. I really enjoyed the leaders of the school, but it was an assistant job, and I just didn't understand. I said, God, why? What are you doing right now? And so we prayed over it. And 3 days after we went to that interview for the assistant job, the superintendent called me. He said, hey, Mr. Shelton, I don't want to offer you the assistant job. I want to offer you the head football and the principal job.
Y'all, what? And a house.
Yeah, and they're going to give us a house for free, so that's pretty cool.
Somebody give God praise. You want to say something? She looked like she want to say something.
I just want to say, it's really important for, families to just keep that word and have that faith, because when one doesn't, the other one has to. And there was times where he was discouraged, and I had to remind him of the word we got. Or I was discouraged, and he had to remind me of the word that we got. And taking it to God is everything. The day that we got that call, I got into the word, and I said, God, this is what I want, like he said, and I wrote it all down. And he told me, in my time with him, he told me that he was going to provide. Same thing with James that morning. That same morning, God told him that he was going to give him something better, and we got, there was 2 more opportunities that came that seemed better, and, we already knew we had a word, and those opportunities were good, but they didn't check off my list. And I told James, no, we have to wait for the one that checks off our list, and God came through. So just when it seems like it doesn't look like how you wanted it, you have to keep that word. You have to keep your faith, because when you do, God shows up.